Sycamores and Braves kicking off 2025. And let's get to Coach Savosic's Key to the Game. It's brought to you by Credit Union One.
Bradley comes into this game with one of the biggest size advantages they'll have in the conference, and therefore they got to take advantage of it on the glass. You got to go after every offensive rebound. They average over 10 offensive rebounds per game. Meanwhile, Indiana State, they're at their best when they use the entire half court. Space them, make them chase them, because they make 11 threes per game. That's a key for Indiana State here to fight off the board battle of Bradley.
Folks, discover better banking for all with Credit Union One, the official deposit partner of the Missouri Valley Conference. Learn more at cu1.com. All right, let's get to our series history, made possible by Antigua, proud partner of the Missouri Valley Conference. Antigua apparel arrived comfortably. There you see it's the 102nd meeting between these longtime rivals in the Missouri Valley Conference. Indiana State getting the clean sweep last year, and there you see winning in double overtime here at Terre Haute. That was a classic game last year between these two powerhouse teams. All right, we take a look at the starting lineups for each club as we get set to tee it up here at the Hulman Center in Terre Haute. Bruno Allison, a man from Spain, part of the starting lineup for Coach Braves and Indiana State. Both teams 2-0 in conference play, and oh, by the way, if you didn't see it earlier today, UIC knocks off Drake as they pick up their first loss of the season and a conference loss as we are underway in Terre Haute. Indiana State coming off a final non-conference game on Sunday, falling to Ohio State, and the three ball is in and out. Hannah collects the miss for Bradley. Meanwhile, the Braves had to go 2 extra sessions at Carver before they finally knocked off a pesky Valparaiso team on Sunday.
It is conference season, and you saw that in the Valparaiso Bradley game. The Drake Bulldogs found out today at UIC. Every game is going to be a dogfight.
And the preseason player of the year just off the mark in his first attempt here this evening from Terre Haute.
Keep an eye on how Bradley plays the screens in the half court, the ball screens. Do they switch? Do they stay? They are pretty big across the front line, and fortunately for Brian Wardle, all 4 guys can switch and guard on the perimeter.
Dean. Thomas back to Dean. Shot clock winding down to 5. Anna's going to have to throw it up with time winding down, and in and out. Teal comes away with a rebound for the Sycamores. Allison. Now Teal with the step back. Just off the mark. Both teams a little cool to start things out, but that will not stop them from trying the 3.
Well, both teams make 11 threes a game. And Brian Wardle, who has been at Bradley for 10 years. Wow. I can't believe he's been there that long.
All right, 3rd all-time at Bradley with league wins, 4th all-time in games coached in his 10 years. On the inbounds, there's Duke D.
Special situations are going to be a key. What do you do on baseline out of bounds, dead ball situations? Well diagrammed, well executed for the Braves.
Inadvertent pass, and Davis comes up with it, and he touched it last, so Sycamores catch a break there, Z.
Well, they caught a break. I talked to Coach Graves before the game. He talked about no live ball turnovers. That was one, but they caught a break with the kick.
And there is the new head coach here at Terre Haute, Matthew Graves, who's been as an assistant since 2021, but now taking over the head coaching duties. Actually spent 5 years as a head coach at Southern Alabama. So this is in his first chance as a Division I head coach. Allison lost the handle, but he's fouled.
You know, Matthew Graves is a perfect fit for Indiana State. You know, in the end, he's in the Indiana Hall of Fame as a player, a longtime assistant at Butler before he moved to his first head coaching spot. And he's just got things going already here, trying to continue what Josh Schertz started a year ago.
Long three. Howdy, just off the mark. Crowd went a walk on Dean, didn't get it. Davis almost lost the handle. And on the curl, and tried to make the pass outside. Steals there for the steal. Oh, miscommunication. Back the other way. Ooh, off of Bradley, and Indiana State will get it back.
Well, Brian Wardle talking to Darius Hannah, telling him, Darius, don't stop, keep going. And you can see once he pulled up, there was nowhere to go. He picks up his dribble. He had numbers, keep attacking.
Allison, and he finds the distance. And we're tied at 3.
A young man that Coach Graves and his staff picked up in August. It's a tremendous pickup, the freshman from Spain.
Hannah at the block. Backing in on Hardy. And it won't drop. Rebound goes to Dean.
Good hustle by
Montgomery
Hannah.
with the wide open look. Off the mark.
Ooh. He was so wide open, he was surprised. But both teams very similar, playing 4 out, 1 in. Try and free up a three-point shooter.
Wagner. And he'll head to the free throw line. We saw Indiana State just less than a month ago down at Missouri State. A heck of a win. And you think about how hamstrung Coach Graves' team was. No Harding that day. Remember, we didn't see Aaron Gray come off the bench. We didn't see Wagner as well in that game.
He has done a terrific job of rebuilding this program. I mean, yes, he was the assistant here last year, but basically everybody left. There were a couple of guys who were holdovers. Jaden Doherty, who has been fabulous for them this year, but he was a guy who didn't play hardly at all last year. So you're mixing and matching, and you know, you look at Bradley, they had 4 returning starters. So they had a nucleus coming back. So hats off to Matt Graves and his staff in putting this program together.
So Wagner gives Indiana State their first lead of the night. Johnson checking in, the freshman from Milwaukee, and it slides out. Indiana State's going to push it. Allison too strong. Thomas there with the rebound. Thomas getting the 3rd start of the season tonight against Indiana State. Teal versus Dean. Samaj. Ooh. Front of the iron. These two teams right now combined 2 for 13 from the field. Tough sledding to start things out, and there's Montgomery.
Now, credit to the defense on both teams. Most of those shots have been contested. Even that one by Montgomery. Tough make.
Wagner.
He's about 2 feet beyond his range on that one.
And we'll take our first break. Just underway, our Valley Game of the Week from the Hulman Center. Sycamores and Braves.
The dinner conversation is going great. Only problem is, your gut keeps chiming in. It's time to bring a solution to the table. Try starting your day with AG1. Probiotics, prebiotics, and superfoods to help quiet your noisy gut.
I have a fever.
I don't feel so good either.
This is not just 1-hour delivery.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
This this is not just medicine. This is fast relief for those who can't take a time out. Walgreens.
In the neighborhood, every delivery is a treat.
One pistachio for you, sir.
One strawberry poof, please.
Oh, enjoy it.
Oh, perfect.
Bye, Weber. Something minty? Of course, it's a large.
A double. Lucky.
Wayfair every...
With Coach Rich Savosic, Scott Warman, great to have you alongside. Happy New Year from the Hulman Center here in Terre Haute, Indiana. It's our Missouri Valley Conference Game of the Week. The Sycamores taking on the Bradley Braves. Game one of our doubleheader coming up a little bit later on. Northern Iowa taking on Belmont. That'll be a terrific matchup. Brad Wells and Kevin Lehman will have it for you here on the NBC TV network. There you see Brian Wardle, head coach, 11-2 coming into tonight's game. He and the Indiana State Sycamores shooting a combined 3 of 15 in the opening 4+ minutes.
Well, that would make the defensive coordinators on both staffs very happy.
Absolutely. Johnson backing in on Teal, and he travels. That is the 4th turnover already for the Braves. That will not make Coach Wardle happy. Here's the freshman Legree from Baltimore. We saw him in that game against Missouri State. Very impressive.
A terrific young player out of St. Francis High School, the Baltimore Catholic League.
Ooh, nice pass. Autry checks in, couldn't come up with the reception. Quick hands by Teal, and stolen. And the foul is called. And it looks like it's going to be on Davis.
Terrific court awareness by Teal in transition. You teach your players all the time, as you're running back, always know where the ball is. Teal gets a hand in the passing lane, forces that turnover.
Christian taking a seat on the Braves bench. Christian predominantly a bench guy for Coach Wardle last year, if you remember, trying to extend his bench and not getting as much time with his regular lineup. From the corner!
Well, Indiana State faces the Bradley zone for the first time tonight. Doesn't confuse him at all.
Dowdy with the triple. Now Dean back the other way. 1 and done on the possession. Posting up. Now the kick out. Teal, good head fake. Daughtry. Back to Teal. Shot clock under 10. Smudge with the crossover. And that's off the mark. Good defense again by the Braves. A wide open look. And Birch is fouled. Marion, who missed 6 games earlier this year with a foot injury, and talking to Coach Wardle even last year during his freshman year, I know he was really excited about the future of this young man.
It's interesting. Birch passes up a 3. He's 6 for 7 from the 3-point line this year. He drives in, creates the contact. Birch is one of those Milwaukee guys that Coach Jimmy Foster has developed that pipeline to Peoria.
Folks, closed captioning for tonight's game is brought to you by Prairie Farms Dairy. Drink local with Prairie Farms. Now you've got Hannah from Milwaukee, Johnson, the freshman, now from Milwaukee, and as you mentioned here, Demarion Birch.
Credit, as I say, to Coach Jimmy Foster, who has gone into Milwaukee and plucked out 3 gems.
The head coach is a little familiar with that Milwaukee area too.
Yeah, yes, he is. What do you think? His sales pitch is, hey, come here and I will make you a 1,000-point scorer like I was at Marquette.
Correct.
It's a pretty good sales pitch.
Daughtry from Dowdy. Dean trying to make the cut. Duke in the paint, steps back, and hits the two-pointer.
Good ball movement, people movement by Bradley that time. Gave them the opening to make that slice by Dean.
Sellers just checked in. Now a long three and back of the iron from the freshman. Here's Dillon, local product from Peoria. Thomas with the attempt. And rebound is taken by Dowdy. Teal wants to push it. Kamaj, nice pass. And the foul in the bucket.
If you're going to foul him, Connor Dillon, you got to grab his arm. He's too strong, goes up through it.
Daughtry will head to the free throw line to try to complete a three-point play. 11:26 remaining in our opening half. Sycamores and Braves doing battle here in Terre Haute.
The best men's basketball tournaments. Arch Madness. Experience buzzer beaters, madness, and Missouri Valley Conference glory. And it begins here. The 2025 State Farm MVC Men's Basketball Tournament, presented by Credit Union 1 and Great Southern Bank, tips off March 6th through the 9th. Celebrate 35 years of Arch Madness. Get your tickets now at archmadness.com.
At Indiana State University, we're all in for you. So you can be all striving, all thriving, all achieving, all the time. Bring your hustle, your drive, and your ambitions. Match it all with opportunities that make your resume sing. Work on real-world projects as part of your degree. Find your people in a welcoming community. So, are you in?
Whether your day starts early or goes late into the night, brings the discovery of something new, or just the work of getting it done, it's all easier with a little help. At Great Southern Bank, we understand the importance of having a trusted, reliable support team who can offer you helpful resources and smart options to make the most of what you have and build on it, with possibilities that inspire you to keep going. Find your support team at GreatSouthernBank.com. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters.
There is one of the all-time greats in the Hilltop in Peoria, and part of the coaching staff, if you will, for Brian Pearl. Of course, big part of Brian's reclamation project when he first took over 10 years ago.
I know. Year 3, I believe, is when he came in as a freshman. Was the Missouri Valley Conference Tournament MVP the year they won it. And, you know, right now he's the guy on the scout team who gets to play the best player on the opponent. And you think about it, how many teams can actually simulate like Samaj Teal? Well, Darryl Brown can.
Right.
You know, when they play Missouri State, he's going to be Des White. It's a good test for the defense.
Daughtry can't complete the three-point play out of the timeout. Biggest lead of the night right now for the Sycamores.
Scotty, how about this? Bradley 1 of 6 from the three-point line. This is a team that leads the country in three-point percentage, shooting 44%.
Hannah goes down hard. Holy smokes. Training staff for Bradley makes it out on the floor, and he gets some help from his teammate. Looks like he's going to be okay. And a nice hand here from the Sycamore fans.
Came down on his hip. A clean play, actually. They were throwing the ball up and lobbing. Both players going for the ball and just kind of slid underneath him. But
He got a little undercut there, if you will, but nothing of any intention there. As you can see, Daughtry is battling for the dump in to try to get it to Hannah in down low. And so Darius will head to the, as you can see, at the end of the
once the trainer comes out, you've got to take the player out.
And he's going to go, so maybe they go to the locker room here.
So now Matthew Graves gets to pick of the remaining 4 players on the floor who you're going to have shoot the free throw. So he picks Demarion Birch, who actually is a pretty good free throw shooter, 6 for 7 from the line this year.
In the interim, Corey Thomas checks back in for the Braves, and we'll keep an eye on that runway there towards the Bradley locker room. And hopefully everything's going to be okay for Mr. Hannah. Gets the pick. Here's Walker, another freshman, getting more and more time as the season moves along, and we'll go back the other way.
Harding gets caught for a moving screen. You know, some of you look at that play and you say it's Harding's fault. It's really the ball handler's fault. He's got to take his time, let Harding get there to set that screen. Ergo the offensive foul. Bradley getting a lot of movement, but Indiana State playing very solid defense.
Wide open look, and the 3 from the corner from Montgomery. His second basket of the night. Green stops, starts, kicks out. Wide open look for Sumner's. In and out. Gets it to Thomas, back to Duke. Double team trying to get some help. Oh, Montgomery just puts right to Summers. And the foul is called.
I don't know, a little miscommunication. I think he thought his teammate was going to cut to the basket. Take a look at this last 3-point kick from deep in the corner. Montgomery, who has played very well in conference play, 5 of 6 from the 3-point line in their first game against Southern Illinois.
And if you're seeing Bradley for the first time, yes, it's the same Montgomery that was with the club a couple of years ago. Started out his career. It's a crazy story. Started out his career, Bradley. Spent a year last year at Rhode Island, now back with the Braves.
A much more mature Zeke Montgomery. As a freshman, you know, he kind of got anxious sometimes with the basketball, but now he's felt his way through it. He's grown up. He's developed into a very good player. And I asked Brian Wardle when I had them earlier against Southern Illinois, I said, why did you decide to take it back? He says, well, he didn't really want to leave in the first place, but he left, went to Rhode Island, and he's a pretty doggone good player. I'm taking him back. And they always had such a great relationship, so it wasn't a personal or a personality thing.
Hey, Valley fans, while you're in town for Arch Madness, visit the home of the St. Louis Cardinals. Busch Stadium tours and the Cardinals Hall of Fame are just a few blocks away from Enterprise Center. Use promo code MVC25 for a special Valley discount on tours and museum visits all weekend long. Get your tickets, visit cardinals.com/tours. Atlason, who's so far been quiet, coming off the bench for the Braves. Montgomery with the double team. Good rotation. Dilling will kick it out. There's the 3 from Atlason. A little strong. Bruno, no. Anna checking back in, as you see. Good to see him back in the game after that collision and falling to the floor here at the Hulman Center. Good run on the baseline by Dylan. Gives the Braves the lead.
Dylan had 2 big threes in their win against Valparaiso. The Peoria native comes back after playing 4 years at Winona State.
Johnson trying to get the steal, and he does. Good hustle by the freshman. Now Montgomery gets the bucket and the foul.
Grown man strength by Montgomery. Just a terrific hustle play by Jaquan Johnson. Bully, as they call him. Plays the game like a bulldog, and he certainly was on that last play.
Defense creating offense. Great hustle by the freshman. Just like that, the Braves with a 4-point lead. Wagner. Wagner on the drive, and he'll go to the line when we come back from the break. 7 minutes, 48 seconds left in our opening half of our Valley Game of the Week.
Presented by SoFi. 24 of the best players in the world, no, the universe, pitted against each other 3 versus 3. 6 teams in a first-of-its-kind arena. We added shot clocks, mic'd up players, playoffs, overtime, and you get to watch it all on ESPN, baby. Keep up. It's golf.
Our NBC standings are a production of the Holiday Inn at Spring Hill Suites Terre Haute, the preferred hotel, the Missouri Valley Conference in the Wabash Valley.
You know, as things change, some things stay the same, and that is Northern Iowa under Ben Jacobson. You know, they play a tough non-conference schedule. They look like they might be struggling at times, yet here they are 2-0 in the conference. And one of these teams obviously is going to get a blemish, and the other one will move a game up.
Of course, the big story, Drake goes down for the first time this season, starting 2025 as they fall to the Flames from UIC. You and I were watching that game, and new coaching staff and a lot of new faces on that Flames team. But boy, I'll tell you what, they have been impressive, I think, early on.
Robert Eshon has done a terrific job in rebuilding that roster. And you know, they had 3 straight possessions in that Drake game where they get back-to-back threes in a 3-point play in a tight game. That's tough to beat.
Montgomery does it again.
That's what I'm talking about. His patience, his composure is there as the young man has grown over the last 2 years.
Indiana State has yet to hit a field goal in the last 4 minutes of play. Wow, what a steal by Johnson. Johnson going the distance. Can't finish. Harding comes up with a loose change. Whoa. Wagner from way downtown.
That's one of those that you say, well, that's one of those. No. Good shot, young man. Wow.
Ali Frokmanesh, right? No. Oh, good shot.
Oh, those logo threes.
Shot clock winding down. Dylan with the crossover at 3, and he gets the drive in the bucket.
You know, Connor Dillon is finally healthy. He's had some back issues. He's taken a couple of shots, and he is showing some offensive capability.
Dowdy tries a long distance 3, and nothing but Braves underneath the bucket for the rebound. This is going to get called for the foul.
That's an easy call for the official. You put 2 hands on him, and Allison does on the driver. Automatic foul.
That is the 6th team foul.
Well, they blew the horn like we were going to break. They had both,
a little ahead of schedule.
Both teams confused, looking around.
Dean and Hannah check back in on the foul call. And on Harding, spots it up. And that's part of his game that I know over this offseason, this past summer, he's really tried to improve on.
He is the epitome of a Missouri Valley Conference player who plays 4 years. You just watch him get better and better. New facets of his game.
Deal on the drive and the kick out. Good ball rotation. Legree, the freshman, no short. Birch. And the offensive foul is called on Demarion.
I think this is it's a tough call. I mean, yes, Birch sticks his elbow out. You can see him there. You know, he put his hand on him. Actually, a pretty good call. And a pretty good sell job by Legary. Can't believe I just said an official had a good call. But, you know, they do make good calls when I'm not coaching anymore.
There you go. Ooh, beautiful 3 from the corner by Dowdy. Sycamores needed that. Now Dean into Hannah. Good hands by Legree, and Braves will retain possession. How about the 2 freshmen, Johnson and Legree, on the defensive end here?
He's just wreaking havoc. How about Dowdy on the kick? Nice pass to the corner. Dowdy, who transferred from New Orleans, came with assistant Mark Schlesinger. He told me before the game he played 4 years New Orleans, and he said he's a better player under Matthew Graves' system than he was under mine. It takes a big man to admit that.
Great pass inside. Davis gets the easy deuce. Wagner.
No time to celebrate in this game. You better get back on defense.
Dean. And that one's going to go out of bounds. Indiana State basketball. When we come back, they have a chance to take the lead. They trail it by 1.
Credit Union One offers everything you need to get the most out of your accounts every day. With digital banking, you can pay bills online, set up personalized budgeting tools, easily transfer money between accounts, and more. Plus, you can get paid up to 2 days sooner when you set up direct deposit. Get started at cu1.com.
When change and uncertainty define the times, it's good to anchor to your roots, to honor and nurture them, to remember how it all started, and let that help build the future. Because we know a strong future is built on a solid past, and that past promises mean future follow-through. You can trust us to protect what you grow, build, own, and value. Trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual.
It begins here as the Missouri Valley Conference conducts its 35th Men's Basketball Championship in downtown St. Louis. Stay with your team at its assigned hotel and experience Arch Madness at Enterprise Center as 12 Valley schools look to capture the league's automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. Conveniently located near attractions like the Gateway Arch, City Museum, and Ballpark Village, side of the MVC Fan Hangout, team properties plus the Arch Madness Tournament headquarters at Union Station offer Valley rates the fans wishing to follow their schools all the way to the MVC championship crown. Start planning your Arch Madness experience or your next trip to St. Louis by calling 1-800-916-0041 or visiting ExploreSt.Louis.com.
Credit Union One Free Checking has everything you need to bank on the go. Make deposits and more with our highly rated mobile app. And get your direct deposit up to 2 days sooner with CU1 Early Pay. Open your account in minutes at creditunion1.org.
Bradley Braves, the best three-point shooting team in the entire country, but so far in this first half, that hasn't been the case, Coach Losick.
Well, credit Indiana State's defense. They have been successful in challenging 7 of those 9 three-pointer attempted, thus doing a good job of guarding the line and forcing some tough shots.
Braves with 12 of their 26 points coming in the paint so far in the 16 minutes played in this opening half of play.
I like the spacing of Indiana State. Look at how they're using almost the entire half court to space them and force them to chase them. A little late by Christian Davis.
Daughtry will head to the line. Sophomore from Richmond.
This is what I'm talking about, spacing. You can see Davis come late because his man is all the way in the deep corner. So you don't want to leave him too early because then it's an easy kick for a wide open 3, and consequently you're a step late, commit the foul.
It's really somewhat similar to what we saw in the last couple of years with Josh Schertz at the helm here in Terre Haute. All about spacing, and I think the biggest thing that they had a lot of success with those great teams, not only with the great players that they had here, with always those backdoor cuts. Jason Kent became such a great player, such a great role player for those great Sycamores teams over the last couple of years.
Him and Garrett Sturtz, both were the back cut assassins, as Kevin Lehman used to call them. And you look at this Indiana State offense. Matthew Graves does a good job of combining what Josh Schertz did with what he learned at Butler.
Shot clock winding down at 6. Montgomery finds Dean, puts it up quickly, and it rolls in.
Great cut by Duke Dean. He realizes the ball's picked up, the house is on fire. You got to give your teammate somebody to throw it to.
6th lead change in this opening half. Step back. Short. With a big offensive glass. Good job inside.
Doherty, one of those holdovers from a year ago, but a young man who didn't play many minutes. He's made his presence felt.
Juan forces it up. Great defense by the Sycamores. And out he traveled. Too many steps. I think he was a little indecisive there, don't you? Should I take it to the rack or should I do the kick out?
He just couldn't quite pull up in time. You see the previous offensive rebound by Daughtry. Young man had 25 against Ohio State in their last outing.
And on the drive, too strong, and last touch by Legree. Braves retain possession. Nearing the 2-minute mark left in our opening half of our Valley Game of the Week from the Hulman Center here in Terre Haute. Montgomery on Wagner. Zeke short. Howdy. And the whistle and the foul is called. One of the things about that team last year from Indiana State is how good they were at the free throw line. You look at some of these numbers with some of the guys, and I know we're just getting into big-time conference play, but still having the ability to hit those freebies at the line as they have this season. Stay tuned for our halftime report, a presentation of State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Well, you're absolutely right, and they really, even though the personnel has changed, they are shooting close to 75% from the foul line this year. So whoever the free throw coach is on that bench is doing a good job.
Yes, he is. Montgomery cuts the corner, drives, too strong. Hardy with the rebound. Howdy, backing in on Hannah.
Coach Wardle wanted to travel or double dribble. It looked kind of funky. Might have been right.
Now he missed on from the corner. He hit his last shot from there. Good pass by Dillon. I mean, on the nose. That was right in front of us.
How about that? It was Darius Hannah who challenged that three in the corner and just took off on a dead run to get that layup. I love when guards will reward your big players for running the floor.
Dillon doing his best Patrick Mahomes impersonation there. I mean, he hit an absolute bullet in stride to Hannah here. Look at this.
I mean, that is just great anticipation. Knowing what your teammates will do. He saw him the entire way out of the corner of his eye. Connor Dillon doing a terrific job now that he's healthy.
You know, it's one of those things that, you know, it's what we have in college athletics with so many massive roster changes. You even have a little bit here in Bradley. I mean, Dillon was with this team last year. My point being is chemistry. We talking to all these coaches and trying to get everybody on the same page. Remember we were talking to Conzo Martin earlier before the game we did with him, and he thought it was probably going to be maybe middle of January if everything went right, where he had his guys completely on par with everything they're trying to do.
You know, and I agree and disagree with that assessment, because now if you have your guys all summer long, you can build some of that bonding. Oh, wow. You know, it's different than it used to be. It used to be nobody would take a shot that deep.
Dillon on the baseline and out of bounds, back the other way. And so the Sycamores will have the final, more than likely, final possession of this first half. They have a 4-point lead right now at 34-30, which is their largest of the opening half of play.
Well, one thing for certain, this Indiana State defense has been locked in the first half.
I think I give Wagner the basketball right now and let him fire it up. Down to 5. Legree, the freshman, rolls out, gets his own rebound. Teal with time running down. No, and that'll do it. 20 minutes have been played here at the Hulman Center. Matt Graves and the Indiana State Sycamores will go into the locker room with the 4-point lead at 34-30. Coming up, it's our State Farm halftime report from the Hulman Center. Trees leading by 4 at the break.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger. For thousands of appetizing ingredients and meals, savings like $600 in digital coupons, and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hey, college basketball fans.
Your favorite teams and conferences
Are on ESPN+.
You get a stellar slate of in-conference games,
Including the Big 12, Atlantic 10.
To wash my work shirt.
Just wear it again. I added Down the Unstoppables with odor blocker to the wash, and it keeps our clothes fresh all day.
Ooh, I'm gonna be feeling it at work today. And on my way to work. And through security.
Looks like she uses Unstoppables too.
It smells so good, I'm actually paying attention.
Downy Unstoppables with odor blocker for all-day freshness. Smell unstoppable.
When my hair started to thin, I wasn't feeling so confident.
I stopped hanging out with the guys because I didn't want to hear the wisecracks.
I started taking Nutrafol because I had seen that it worked with my friend.
Nutrafol really takes the time to do the research, to do the clinical studies, and I really respect how it works from the inside out.
Nutrafol was able to bring my hair back to life, and it keeps getting thicker and fuller.
Oh! It felt real good to ditch the hat.
Hair growth starts from the inside at Nutrafol.com.
The MVC TV network is brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Credit Union One, the official deposit partner of the Missouri Valley Conference. Explore St. Louis. Start planning your visit now at exploreStLouis.com. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. Grinnell Mutual Insurance. Contact an agent near you for all your home, farm, auto, or business insurance needs.
Coach Graves and the Indiana State Sycamores start out the second half with a 4-point lead over Bradley at 34-30 as we start the second 20 minutes of play from the Hulman Center. Opening possession for the Braves, and as Coach Savosic pointed out, 2 for 9 from beyond the arc, the leading three-point shooting team in the NCAA, and well, that's a much better start to the second half, I'd say, Coach C.
Well, a set play out of halftime for Zeke Montgomery. He was their leading scorer in the first half. Buries the three.
Funny how that happens, isn't it? Allison short on his attempt.
Let's see if they go right back to the well with Montgomery.
Anna on Harding. Backing in. Right hand short. Loose ball. Here comes Teal.
Nice job by Harding, just walling up, not reaching.
Dowdy on the drive, and he'll go to the line. You know, we concentrate so much on what a spectacular season Samaj Teal is having on the offensive side of things, and rightly so in his first year here in Terre Haute with the transfer from Presbyterian. You know, even when we were talking to Coach Graves earlier this year, his defense, I think, gets a little overlooked. I think he's been playing some really good defense here in tonight's contest.
Oh, you're absolutely right. They talked about the keys before the game were guarding the three-point line. They obviously did that in the first half, only giving up 9 attempts. So that means you're guarding it very well, and they challenged the other ones. So, you know, they were locked in. They were focused in the first half. We'll see if they can maintain that here in the second half.
Good hands. There's that defense we're talking about for Indiana State. Now is Dowdy on the defensive end. Now Teal on the drive. Montgomery wants to push it. Zeke with the step through. Oh, rolls out.
You got to guard Wagner out there. He's going to take it.
Even at half court, you got to pick him up.
3 for 5 in the first half from deep.
Dowdy, nope. Atlason, who gets the start for Coach Wardle in the second half, collects the rebound. Dillon. And lost the handle out of bounds, and it is a turnover for the Bradley Braves. That's number 9 on the evening.
Not sure what the fan reaction was there. You know, think about this, Scotty. Indiana State up 3, and Samaj Teal, let me check that again, make sure I'm right, has not scored. That's an amazing stat.
Wagner, kick out. Hardy will try a three from the corner. And the smallest guy on the floor gets the rebound. Duke's been a little quiet tonight, too. Turnaround, very nicely done by Zeke Montgomery, having a huge evening here in Terre Haute. 1 point lead for the Trees at 36-35. Wagner stops, pops, rolls out. Dean with another rebound. Montgomery, he'll pull it up. Why not? He's red hot tonight.
You can't let him get his feet set.
And with that, the Braves take the lead at 37-36 as we have our 8th lead change of tonight's contest already. Trying to get it into Harding off the fingertips, and Indiana State retains possession as the Marion Birch will check in for the Braves.
Good defense by Corey Thomas. Getting around Harding. It looked like Harding had him sealed, but Thomas kept moving his feet. Got his hand, tipped it away.
Thomas, the junior from Buford, Georgia. Wagner on the inbound. Dowdy gets the loose change on the kick out. Bruno!
I got to tell you, Scotty, I'm watching Coach Graves on the bench when guys take quick threes, or at least what I think are quick threes. He doesn't react negatively at all when a guy misses. I would have loved to have played for him, although I wasn't a good shooter, so he might have yelled at me, but terrific cut by Birch.
And the assist to Thomas. And we're tied at 39.
I mean, this is a coach that gives his players the confidence to play free and easy.
Allison draws the foul. Good job by the young man from Spain. Just underway, second half, our Valley Game of the Week. Good one as the Braves and Sycamores are tied.
We can't feed the kids chicken nuggets again kind of days, huh? Relax. You've got HelloFresh. You can whip up a delicious meal the whole family will love. HelloFresh. Homemade. Made easy.
BC Scholar Athlete of the Game. It is Indiana State's Emma Grisham, sophomore distance runner from Linville, Indiana. Grisham captured the individual title, the 2024 MVC Women's Cross Country Championship. She has a 4.0 GPA in environmental geoscience, earned a first team All MVC and MVC Scholar Athlete honors in the process. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is their environmental geoscience. That's what you studied, right?
You know what that means? She's smarter than the both of us combined. That's what that means.
It doesn't take much anyway.
I got to tell you, Scotty, I don't know. If we take a look, Jeffrey Anderson is the official that just handed the ball in. He did a terrific job of talking with Duke Dean during that timeout, explaining the call. And just good officiating. I love it when there's communication between players and officials.
Speaking of Duke Dean, he's loading up on the rebounds here tonight. And a whistle away from the wall.
And take another look at him. For those of you who watch a lot of college basketball, Jeffrey Anderson is the high knees legend. You will catch him in games running down the floor with basically high knees. It's really interesting to see. Almost 20,000 followers on his X account just because he's the high knees official. More importantly that, he's a pretty good official as well.
That's a part of your pregame regimen too, right?
Last time I did high knees, I tore something, I think.
We had our Zoom with Coach Prohm the other day. You're done finishing your workout, so
Now that I'm not coaching, the stress doesn't keep the weight off me. I don't have as much stress.
Shot clock winding down. Hannah has to pull it up.
Well,
made it look easy, didn't it?
That'll make you stress-free if you're Brian Wardle.
That's right.
You know, your 4-man hitting that 17-footer.
As the foul is called, Indiana State, and giving their props on what they did offensively in the opening half, and at least early on struggling, just 1 of 7 from the field and 0 for 5 from beyond the arc to start things off in the second half.
Again, I just got to credit Indiana State defense. Their preparation, their game plan has worked to a T on the perimeter.
And Samaj will touch the out-of-bounds line, and we'll get a turnover. That is the 9th turnover on Indiana State. And you see Coach Graves.
They play skimpies with the lines. Sometimes it gets you.
Duke Dean with 8 rebounds and 7 points. Ooh, Montgomery wide open, and it'll drop.
You know, that is a characteristic of a very good team. You know who your hot man is. You know who has the disadvantage inside. It's Zeke Montgomery. Another chance for a second 3-point play.
And can't complete the 3-point play. 43-39. Just under 6 minutes into our second half. Teal on the drive. Very nicely done. Montgomery fires away. Teal lost the handle, and it's out of bounds, and we'll go back the other way for Bradley. The frustration there from Samaj.
Teal, who finally got his first basket on that last possession. Just a little careless with the handle.
Connor Dillon comes back in for the Braves, as Hannah will check out. So kind of a small unit out on the floor right now for Bradley.
This is a better shooting Bradley team on the perimeter, with Atlason in the game as well.
Montgomery with the head fake. This fires to Dean. Good defense taken away by Indiana State. Teal on Davis.
I'd say that was good defense by Davis, but even better offense by Teal.
So athletic. Atlason passes up the 3 on the drive and the stuff. Teal cuts the corner, gets the bucket, and he'll try for a 3-point play.
You cannot let him get loose. They expected him to go right. He goes left. Finishes with the right. Just a little bit late on help side. Draws that foul.
You mentioned Teal hadn't scored any points. That's changed quickly, hasn't it? I think he heard you.
You know, you might be right. I mean, an atypical miss from the free throw line for Teal, but I mean, he's a guy who can score in bunches.
Hannah finds Dillon, fires up from the top of the key. Birch with a nice hustle offensive rebound. Good job by the sophomore. Marion steps back. Ooh, hits the mid-range jumper.
That's a tough shot.
Steele on the drive, rolls out. Battle for it underneath. The freshman Walker comes away with it. Oh, good defense by Atlason. Autry didn't have any room whatsoever. Now Dean drives on the freshman. Teal back the other way, and a foul is called.
It's actually a pretty good foul by Birch because he was beaten by Teal. You know, you teach guys shoot the ball with your left hand on the left side, but sometimes it calls for the right hand on the left side when you're a little guy. You got to learn to use both hands on both sides. Duke Dean doing a terrific job of getting the ball in the glass and in the bucket.
Get a quick breather as we're almost at the under 12 timeout. Bruno on the drive, and he can't finish. Rebound to Hanna. Birch going coast to coast. And the Braves have made 9 of their last 11 field goals. They built the lead up to 51-45. And I got to say, Coach, this is probably the most rhythm we've seen the Braves in the whole game here in the last couple of minutes. Daughtry back inside. Nice answer.
Well, they have started to attack the rim and not settle for challenged three-point shots. And that's been the difference. Really started with the Atlason drive and dunk instead of taking the three.
Birch with another step back, a little strong on that attempt. And there's Wagner. Daughtry, kick out. And the freshman Walker hits the three.
It really looked like he didn't want to shoot it. He hesitated, but knocks it down.
And a 6-point lead is dwindled down to 1 in no time. There's a wide open look for Johnson. Won't fall. Wagner with the rebound, and Indiana State has a chance to regain the lead. Walker does it again. Timeout, Braves.
I tell you, that is intelligent, unselfish basketball. Walker, the guy who hit the last three. Give it back to him, Allison. And Walker delivers.
Now taxes? Is that right in the dishwasher?
Watch me. With Cascade Platinum Plus, I have upped my dish game. I just scrape, load, and I'm done.
In that dishwasher?
In that dishwasher.
Only Platinum Plus is packed with more Dawn to remove up to 100% of grease and food residue, breaking down food to help it flow cleanly through the filter. Get the highest standard of clean, even in your machine.
Clean enough for you?
Yeah.
Scrape, load, done. Cascade Platinum Plus. Dare to dish differently.
At Bombas, we make the most comfortable socks in the history of feet. So comfortable, you'll wish you had more.
Folks, Arch Madness 2025 tips off March 6th through the 9th, and the only place to celebrate before and after all the action at Enterprise Center is the MVC Fan Hangout at Ballpark Village. For all you need to know about the Fan Hangout, download the Arch Madness app, presented by Great Southern Bank.
I love the Fan Hangout at Ballpark Village.
You're there all the time.
I am in between games.
Wagner on the inbounds, and he'll go for a 4-point play, as that is the 4th three he has made tonight.
Terrific concentration by Wagner. Watch his eyes. Whatever happens below the shoulders does not matter to a good shooter. He never takes his eye off the target, finishes it with a follow-through. Wow.
His catch and shoot, he's about as quick of a trigger as you can see, you know?
He really is. Young man from Dallas.
Montgomery, the go-to guy for the Braves, and he gets one there. That's the 30th points in the paint, and now
two freshmen. Miscommunication stepped over the line
on the inbounds.
Take another look. Didn't quite get to it. That's okay.
So 30 of the 53 points by the Braves tonight on the road have been in the paint.
Corey Thomas thought he was going to get called for the illegal screen. Fortunately for him, Legree put his hands on the dribbler before he got to the screen.
He showed his guilt.
He did. Come on, son, you got to play it off. Sell it a little bit.
Montgomery again. High arcing shot drops in.
You can't double team him down there because he'll kick it out to a wide open shooter. You don't want to give up the three to this Bradley team.
Autry on the drive, and the foul is called. That's number 4 now on Hannah. Davis is already on the bench with 4 personal fouls.
Number 23,
I know this is coach speak, but if you want to win basketball games, you got to make your free throws. 14 of 16 tonight for Coach Graves' team right now.
Well, they do say charity starts at home. And it certainly has done that here in the Hulman Center. And we jinxed it. Of course we did.
On cue as always, right? 3-point lead for the Trees. Montgomery from deep. And Christian Davis had to pull off with those 4 fouls. Daughtry going right to the hole, lost the handle. Dillon comes away with it. Here come the Braves. They could potentially tie the game on this possession. Dean for the tie.
I'll leave it to the senior. Big shot.
That puts him in double figures. How many touches has Daughtry had in the last several possessions for the Sycamores? However, he'll head to the free throw line when we come back. Tie score, Sycamores and Braves.
And Doug.
You'll be back. Emus can't help people customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. You're just a flightless bird.
No, he's a dreamer, Frank.
And Doug.
Well, I'll be. That bird really did it.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I'm so boned. I forgot to get my girl tickets for the show tomorrow, and now it's sold out. It's her freaking birthday.
Oh, dude. She's totally gonna break up with you.
She's definitely gonna break up with me.
Should've used TickPick.
Wait, what'd you say?
TickPick. Look.
Oh, whoa, dude.
What? There are no hidden fees. What'd you guys think I said?
Oh, TickPick. I thought you said.
You heard right. TickPick, the no-fee ticket site.
A good deal shouldn't make you choose. That's why Subway just dropped the price on all their subs. 20% off any sub, any size.
Wait, Subway did what? 20% off any sub, any size?
Yep, for a limited time, get 20% off any footlong or 20% off any 6-inch when you order in the app. Get 20% off your favorite sub at Subway while the deal is still on. Enjoy an MVP rewards for even more great deals.
Hey, Valley fans, register to win an Arch Madness VIP package, including all session tickets, hotel accommodations, and tickets to St. Louis area attractions. Be a VIP for the 2025 State Farm MVC Men's Basketball Tournament by visiting explorestlouis.com/MVC contest for complete details. Duke Dean has just tied the score at 58, Coach Savosic.
Now we get a chance here after Duke Dean hit his three-pointer. Indiana State comes right back. Daughtry gets fouled.
Daughtry coming off a 25-point performance against Ohio State. And with that free throw, he now has 13 on the evening.
It'll be his third double-figure scoring game in Valley play. Young man has really improved since his freshman year.
And Marcus Harding will give him a breather after making those two free throws and giving the Sycamores the lead back. Now remember, Hannah picked up his 4th foul. He is still on Coach Wardle's bench. Christian Davis also with 4 personals. Dean trying to get a pick. Shot clock is winding down again. He'll put up another 3 and drains it. Duke Dean.
Now, there's a reason why he was picked the preseason player of the year. Not afraid to take a big shot.
Braves up 61-60, 7 minutes remaining. Boy, good defense by Birch on Teal. Allison trying to draw the foul, can't. Teal now on the drive, and he'll get the roll.
Teal's so good at going to his left. Working it inside.
Dean missed this time. We've had 13 ties in this one. Harding inside, and the foul is going to be called on Atlason.
And we thought this might be like a heavyweight fight. Each team throwing left hooks at each other. And there is no lead that has been safe. You saw Bradley come from behind, down 6. They go up 6. Next thing you know, Indiana State rolls off 8. Neither team able to pull away.
Folks, the Arch Madness app presented by Great Southern Bank is the official app of the 2025 State Farm MVC Men's Basketball Tournament. The app has all the information you need to plan your trip to St. Louis, including the tournament schedule, tickets, hotel accommodations, and special events during Arch Madness. Visit archmadness.com or download the Arch Madness app on your Android or iOS device right now. 63-61 is Harding. And the Sycamores have a 2-point lead. Corey Thomas back in for the Braves. Dean. And the foul. I think that's going to be on Samaj Teal.
5 team fouls.
It's the second on Samaj. Montgomery No. Thomas trying to get the save. Last touch by Indiana State.
A terrific hustle play by Corey Thomas. Take another look at it after Montgomery missed it. Ooh. I think the officials missed that one. That was off of Thomas.
Oh, great play by Dowdy. Up ahead, Legree with the finish. Oh, my. Montgomery for three, and it's a 1-point lead, 65-64. Hill gets it stripped and off the knee of Samaj. That will go back the other way.
Good job by Jaquan Johnson digging on that drive by Teal, knocking the ball loose. Brian Wardle has seen enough.
Jaquan keeps playing defense like this, and he's going to make the all-defensive team in the Valley in his freshman year. He's impressive, man.
Quick hands, quick, strong hands.
All right, so Davis and Hannah on the floor now for Coach Wardle at the 5:15 mark. Again, each with 4 personals. And on the spin move. Davis, again, 4 fouls, got to watch it. Montgomery, what defense by Indiana State. Johnson gets the wide open look.
Oh, gets the kind bounce, but terrific help side defense by Indiana State, not giving up a drive.
Braves up by 2. Duke Dean gets the foul.
Well, you force the guy with the lowest three-point shooting percentage to shoot the 3. And Johnson gets the shooter's touch.
The 2025 St. Louis Cardinals season is just around the corner, and tickets are on sale right now. Get yours at cardinals.com. Sycamores 19 of 23 from the free throw line. We're tied at 67 with 4.5 remaining here at the Hulman Center.
I love the trust of both these coaches in their freshman guards. Johnson for Bradley, Legree for Indiana State.
And it's the senior Dean drills the 3.
Now, when seniors make plays, you win games, that's for sure.
And a timeout is called by Indiana State. 4:10 remaining. Duke Dean now with 18 on the night, and he and the Braves lead it by 3.
Hi, you might know me from my other job, but I'm a business owner too. Here at Once Upon a Farm, we chose the Capital One Venture X business card. With no preset spending limit, our purchasing power adapts to meet our business needs. Love it. And unlimited double miles means we earn more too. Sweet, right? And when we travel, we get access to over 1,300 airport lounges. I could get used to this. The Capital One Venture X business card. What's in your wallet?
A bunch of different probiotics before seed.
And they didn't help. It addressed my bloating and my irregularity.
It's really helping my daily bowel movements and keeping me pretty regular. I started feeling better and less bloated, felt flatter, lighter. I just keep going back to seed because it actually works.
Now I walk around and smiling every day because I don't get bloated anymore.
Have you heard? Soda's not a dirty word anymore. Introducing Poppy, the best thing to happen to lemon lime since, well, lemons and limes. It's the iconic, refreshing flavor you crave, but with 3 grams of sugar. Real lemon, real lime, real juicy flavor. The future of soda is now, and it's called Poppy.
The preseason player of the year in the Missouri Valley Conference finished the first half with 7 points, but been on a roll here in the second half, Coach
You see the first one, he gets the quick basket at the end of his shot clock, and then off the screen, no help on the screen, he buries the wide open 3 and then backs him off and drills it. 3 for 3 from the three-point line here in the second half.
We've had 14 lead changes and 9 ties in this tight matchup between the Sycamores and the Braves. Daughtry driving the lane, gets the bucket, and has a chance to tie the score. And that is going to do it for Darius Hannah as he picks up foul number 5.
It's a terrific job of the old pick and roll once again. Daughtry, another chance for a 3-point play.
I've been doing these games for a long time, and I know you coached at this level as well, but it never still ceases to amaze me how many points are scored out of a timeout. Amazing.
That's where coaches earn their money. Dead ball situations.
Well, you got the points and tied the score. You got one of the best players out of the game. And the freshman's going to pick up a foul.
Indiana State still not in the bonus.
A touchdown. How about Coach Graves? All right, freshman, you're going to cover the preseason player of the year in the league. 4 minutes left. Go after it.
That's confidence. I mean, you got 2 freshmen and a sophomore in there for Indiana State.
Atlason.
Oh, he studied long.
And the foul is called. I think it's going to be on Allison, the freshman from Spain.
Well, that's a break for Indiana State because Christian Davis had a clear line to the basket when he caught the ball. Again, we talk about teams, and coaches always say, you know, get old and stay old. Yet Matthew Graves and Indiana State's thinking, hey, I got 2 freshmen, a sophomore out there. I can build with this.
Atlason spots up for another 3, and he hits it.
Looked much more comfortable on that one. Set play out of the baseline, out of bounds.
Teal, uncontested. Dean lost the handle. Atlason saves the day. Davis hits a triple. And it's a 4-point lead for the Braves. Teal on the drive again.
Again, Atlason makes the play by coming to the basketball and then feeds a wide open Davis. No hesitation. That is the 10th 3 now for Bradley after only having 2 in the first half.
And Samaj, after a scoreless first half, is in double figures tonight. Braves with the 2-point lead. Dean drives, kicks out. Shot clock at 5. Davis wildly gets his own rebound and gets the bailout. Wow.
Oh, it is a game of inches. If the ball had hit just a little bit different off the backboard, he wouldn't have got it back. Watch as it hits the corner underneath. If it hits the side, he doesn't get it back. Two seconds left on that shot clock.
Christian was very aggressive running out there offensively, especially going for that offensive rebound with those 4 personals. Again, Hannah out of the game as he's fouled out just a couple of minutes ago. 2:30 remaining. I would say a 2-possession game, but we've already seen a 4-point play tonight. Audrey, nice spin move inside. Slides out. Montgomery gets it to Davis. Dean lost the handle. And a foul is called.
I was just about to say that was a smart play by Davis, pulling it out. And then Dean going through traffic. Gets the call. Benefit of the doubt for the preseason player of the year.
Now, if there's one guy you really don't want to foul on Bradley, it would be this gentleman here. 80% at the line heading into tonight's contest.
Actually, you're underselling him. I think he's closer to 90. I think he's 88.
He doesn't miss much.
That's the moral of the story. You know, he goes to the line, and Coach Wardle says, all right, let's set our defense.
He's got Davis on Teal. Smudge, and Davis is going to foul out. And Brian Wardle just said, "You've got to be kidding me."
I thought he got a lot of ball, but the official has a better angle down there than I do, sitting over here. We're going to get the benefit of slow motion here. Oh, that looked like a lot of ball. That looked like a lot of ball.
Folks, a reminder, our next NBC TV network production coming up tonight. Titan Anderson and the Northern Iowa Panthers taking on Belmont at the McLeod Center in Cedar Falls. Our coverage gets underway at 9 Eastern, 8 Central Time. Brad Wells, Kevin Lehman will have it for you on most of these stations and nationally on ESPN+.
I will say this about that last call. We do have the benefit of slow motion. You know, the official has to call it bang, bang. Sometimes they get it right, sometimes they don't.
One of 2 for Samaj. 2 minutes remaining. Braves with the 5-point lead, trying to go to 12-2 on the season and 3-0 in Valley play. Oh, good hands by Bruno Allison. Another turnover by Bradley.
We have seen that a number of times. Just keep your arms out.
And Teal is keeping a pretty simple game, just going right to the hole, but easier said than done because young man's so quick. Got to try to cut him off at that corner a lot of times.
You're talking quick on quick with Teal and Dean playing each other, but yeah, there's a prime example right there. Nobody comes from help side because you've got 4 other guys on the floor who can knock down wide open threes, so you don't want to give up the 3-point shot. You know, I'm not a genius or a math major, but 3 counts more than 2 in this game.
It does. Now more than ever, too. 90 seconds remaining. 1 possession game, and Bradley will call a timeout. 1 timeout remaining for the Braves, 2 for the Sycamores.
Now keep an eye on this one. The last time that Jaquan Johnson and Duke Dean were on the floor together, Coach Wardle purposely put the ball in Jaquan Johnson's hands so that he could get Dean coming off a screen and get him a wide open look. We'll see if they do the same thing this possession.
All right, Coach, why don't we take a look at our players of the game. A presentation to State Farm, proud partner of the Missouri Valley Conference. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Well, pretty easy choices. You know, Zeke Montgomery's had a terrific game from start to finish. And Camp Wagner, as you mentioned, the originator today of the 4-point play. But it has been the 2-point guards who have kind of taken over the second half. Teal and Dean as well. But terrific games by Wagner and Montgomery.
Wagner, by the way, tying a season high with those 17 points. Again, Hannah and Davis have fouled out for the Braves. Dean going up against Teal.
Oh, just a terrific job of just letting the water clear. No help came. Buries it.
Oh, stolen away by Montgomery. And he turns it over.
There is new life for the Sycamores. Montgomery makes a great defensive play. He gets the steal clean. And then was looking ahead. And unfortunately, nobody was looking back at him. Commits the double dribble.
He's had a heck of a game tonight, as we showed you. One of our players of the game. Young man, as you mentioned, talking over with Coach Wardle, has really matured after taking that year at Rhode Island and coming back to the Hilltop. All right, so we take a look at our game reset as both teams with a timeout remaining. Double bonus situation for Indiana State. And the possession arrow is favoring Indiana State. Bruno Allison on the floor. He has 4 fouls for Indiana State.
So you come out of that timeout and you think, all right, what's worked well for me at Indiana State? It's that pick and roll with Doherty, Daughtry, and Teal. Let's see if they go back to it, because you're not going to get help side because nobody wants to leave a 3-point shooter. Good switch by Bradley prevents the open 3 by Allison.
And Bruno gets the bailout. He almost got the travel there, but he was fouled right before. Marion Birch picks up the foul for the Braves. Well, we mentioned it a couple of different times. Indiana State has done a terrific job getting the opportunities at the charity stripe tonight. 25 of 30 with Bruno with 2 shots here.
I tell you, Scott, you know, Allison draws the foul, but they did a great job, at least Corey Thomas did, of making the switch and not giving Allison a wide open 3. And that's the attention to detail that you get from scouting reports. And this has been a Bradley staff that's been together since Wardle came. Mike Bargan, Jimmy Foster.
One possession game at 82-79. About 15-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Clock under 10. Montgomery pulls up for a three. Air ball. Teal comes away with it. Wagner for the tie.
Wow. I tell you what, Zeke Montgomery did a great defensive job on Wagner, getting back, making sure he doesn't foul him. And Wagner, just an unbelievable shot. In transition, no hesitation. Watch Montgomery. He jumps, makes sure he doesn't foul him. That's a great challenge and an even better shot by Wagner. Oh, you know what? We can expect no less than that right there. Good defense by Indiana State on the other end, and then Teal heads up play. You know, a lot of times you'll see coaches, okay, you get that defensive rebound, you run it up to half court, you call a timeout. Matthew Graves lets his team play, and quite frankly, you're not going to get a better shot than that right there by a guy who has already made 4 threes tonight.
20 points, season high for Wagner. Every attempt tonight from Wagner has been from beyond the arc. 5 of 9 from beyond the arc.
I was just about to say, is Brian Wardle a foul or defend guy? And they didn't even get a chance to foul to prevent that three.
9.8 remaining. We're tied at 82.
And you know where the ball is going. It's either going into Dean's hands or Zeke Montgomery.
Here's Duke. Atlason, 3 seconds now to Dean. Duke. And no good. Will go to an overtime. Yes! Overtime here in Terre Haute.
I'm amazed that he got that shot off. He fell on his first cut, and then he falls a second time. You know, the problem was he gets bumped and falls. Watch him fall. Well, we don't go all the way back, so you don't quite see it. But I think it's that first trip that kills him. That's a good no call by the official. You know, Dean pushed off a little bit, not enough to be an offensive foul. But
I don't think even if that would have counted, I think that shot
I think
wasn't
right.
completely released yet by Duke. So we go to overtime here at the Hulman Center, tied at 82 between the Bradley Braves and the Indiana State Sycamores. And as we told you, this is the 102nd meeting between these two teams. And when these two teams hooked up last year here at the Hulman Center, they went into an extra 5-minute session before the Sycamores came out on top.
So Bradley Braves radio announcer Dave Snell, who's been doing Bradley Braves games for almost 50 years, gave me an interesting stat before the game. He said that the first team to 78 in a Bradley game wins almost 99% of the time. I got to tell you, I've lost track. I forgot who got to 78 first.
Bradley did.
Bradley did.
Yes.
So we'll see if that holds true. He didn't say if going into overtime negates that theory, but we'll find out. This has been a heck of a game.
Lead changes and 11 ties as we get set for the extra 5-minute session here in Terre Haute. And again, Bradley with the opening possession without Hannah and Davis, who have fouled out in tonight's game. Thomas is fouled, and that's going to be on Wagner. Thomas is a 66% free throw shooter. Allison gets the rebound. Now Bruno has 4 personal fouls. Wagner. Teal. Nice little pass inside. Daughtry can't get the finish. Gets his own rebound and gets the putback.
Love the stick-to-itivity by that young man.
Dillon from the corner, off the mark. Rebound taken by Teal. Also think about this. This is the 2nd overtime session in 4 days for the Braves as the foul is called on the Daughtry drive. Double overtime victory on Sunday at Carver against Valpo. And now you're on the road a few days later. And you're into an overtime session here in Indiana.
A terrific pass by Teal on a pick and roll. Corey Thomas gets caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
Quick reminder, coming up, game 2 of our doubleheader tonight on this New Year's Day in Cedar Falls, Northern Iowa, and Belmont. Brad Wells and Kevin Lehman will have the call for you as they are just underway in Cedar Falls at the McLeod Center. We'll get you to that as soon as we wrap up things here in Indiana State. So 1 of 2 makes it a 85-82 3-point lead for the home team.
And Bradley goes with their smallest lineup of the day.
Atlason for the tie. Rebound Teal.
Got a good look at it.
Teal cuts the corner again. Timeout, Bradley.
This is ludicrous.
Ludicrous. All right, who called for ludicrous?
Sorry,
we went, this is ludicrous.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't tell ludicrous what's ludicrous. Ludicrous tells you what's ludicrous.
Okay.
Oh, that is ludicrous. You don't need me for this. Hang on. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Good thing you have State Farm. Just file a claim on the app or call us.
Guess I can go.
Don't you mean roll out?
No, I don't.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Unlimited double my.
Coach Rich Savosic, Scott Warman, great to have you alongside. NBC TV Network Game of the Week, our first of a doubleheader here tonight from Terre Haute. Second game is from Cedar Falls. Indiana State and Bradley right now a 5-point lead for the Sycamores with 3:18 remaining in this overtime session.
Hey, Scotty, this is eerily similar to Bradley-Valparaiso game. With about 1:37 in the first overtime, Bradley was up 5 and gave away the lead to go into the second overtime. Here on the road, they're up 5 with about a minute and a half and end up going into overtime. We'll see if they can pull out the win coming back from a 5-point deficit.
Good hands by Teal. Bradley gets it 9 left on the shot clock. The best three-point shooting team in the country, only 34% from beyond the arc tonight. Dean off on the 3. Wagner with the rebound. Here come the Sycamores trying to pad this 5-point lead.
We got the mismatch inside with the switch.
Teal again on the drive and the foul. Smudge only with 4 attempts from beyond the arc. His dribble drive has been his bread and butter here tonight.
And you adjust to how the officials are calling the game. And one thing that the officials have been very consistent about tonight, when you drive hard, there's a little touch inside. They've made the call on both teams.
By the way, Duke Dean and Demarion Birch have 4 fouls for Bradley. This is the largest lead of the night for Indiana State at 89-82, leading the preseason favorite in the Valley. Birch drives. How about Atlason passing up the 3-point attempt?
Now that's a big basket by Birch. We see a little zone now for only the second possession of this game. Got to find all 5 shooters, or 4 shooters, I should say, in this case.
The 5, there's Wagner spotting it up. And Birch tracks down the miss. Under 2 minutes left. Duke Dean.
Thought about it. Just couldn't get his feet right.
Now he sets up. No on the 3 and back the other way.
See if he stays in the zone one more possession.
Again, immediately following this one, game 2 of our doubleheader on the NBC TV network in Northern Iowa, taking on Belmont from the McLeod Center at Cedar Falls. Under 90 remaining in overtime, 5-point lead. Bruno misses on the 3 attempt and the foul on Dowdy.
Now you're watching this game and you think, all right, Indiana State's a very good 3-point shooting team. Why would you change to zone and give them an open look? Well, the reason coaches do that is to try and get teams out of offensive rhythm and also to prevent drives. In this case, Teal was getting to the basket too easy. The zone has made them a perimeter shooting team. Now the question is, you've played zone for 2 possessions. Do you go to the well one more time and try and get one more stop playing zone? Let's see what Brian Wardle does.
Birch hits them both.
And show a little full court pressure back to the zone, perhaps.
Kick out. Dowdy passes up the 3. Takes some time off the clock. 1 minute left. Shot clock at 7. Teal driving, kick out. Bruno, no. Dowdy almost had it. Mad scramble. Still, Daughtry comes away with it.
Oh, he's calling the foul. They didn't.
Teal for three. No. And Daughtry is called for the push-off. He knows it.
Teal wants that one back. He's a very good shooter going to his left. He gets a pretty good look when Montgomery goes underneath. Atlason does a pretty good job of selling that one too.
Boy, Bradley, they do not have a timeout remaining as Atlason at the line. It's the first. It's a 2-point deficit for Bradley.
Got a foul. Now the question is, all right, you're looking at your assistants. Tell me who to foul. Who's the worst free throw shooter out there?
You see the freshman from Baltimore, Josiah Legree.
He's got 5 pretty good free throw shooters out there, all 70 plus.
Legree's 88. That one almost stolen. It is by Atlason. Now again, no timeouts for the Braves. They have a shot at winning this with the final shot. Dean. Duke. Spinning around. Laying good with 4 remaining. Legree, the freshman, time winding down for the win. No! And the Braves have escaped with the victory, 90-89. Incredible!
Now Indiana State was expecting the foul. When it didn't come right away, they panicked. Great job by Bradley. Full court pressure causing that turnover.
What a finish. What a game. 15 lead changes and 11 ties, and the preseason favorites in the Valley, Bradley, in overtime wins it. Let's get to tonight's play of the game. It's brought to you by Gatorade. It fuels the best because it is the best.
Duke Dean was looking to give this up when he does the Steve Nash dribble under the basket. Everybody stays home, and he just circles himself right back with the little scoop. And as Clark Kellogg says, with a cherry on top.
Duke Dean, preseason player of the year with the shot of the night. And the Braves in overtime defeat Indiana State by a final of 90-89 and go to 12-2 on the season. And a tough loss for Indiana State as they fall to 2-1 in conference play and 8-6 overall. For the coach Rich Savosic and our entire crew, I'm Scott Warman. Thanks so much for joining us. Now we head over to game 2 of our doubleheader from Cedar Falls, Iowa. Northern Iowa taking on Belmont. Here's Kevin Lehman and Brad Wells, guys.
Now taxes, 100%.